Hi everyone, I'm Yolanda, and in today's tutorial I will be making a 1-pound Dominican cake iced with Italian meringue and decorated with buttercream using a set of Russian tips. So let's get started. Here are my 2 layers, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drizzle some simple syrup over each layer. I want my cake to be nice and moist, and so I prepared like a cup of simple syrup, which I use like 3/4 of a cup. To make simple syrup, simmer equal parts of water and sugar. You may also add some extracts such as vanilla or rum. Now I'm going to let the simple syrup soak into the layers of cakes for about maybe 20 to 25 minutes or perhaps 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I've prepared buttercream in different colors. Now I'm going to fit my pastry bags with Russian tips. I fitted one of my pastry bags with a Russian tip that looks like a star. It has a tiny hole in the middle. Now I want the center to be green, and then the outer edge of the flower I want it to be yellow. And as you can see, it is not necessary to use a coupler to insert this tip into the pastry bag. I inserted it directly into the bag. Using a plastic wrap, I'm going to prepare a sack of buttercream in 2 different colors to fit it into this pastry bag. Let's start by placing a piece of plastic wrap on the working surface. Now I'm going to spread the buttercream with the main color onto the plastic wrap. And now we are going to spread the green color, or the color that is going on the center. We're going to spread that over the yellow. Spread a line straight down. And now we are going to bring both ends together, and let's just fold in the plastic over the icing, and we are going to twist each end of the sack. We are going to twist it to the opposite direction, and with a pair of scissors we are going to cut one end and insert it into the pastry bag. And now when we pipe with this pastry bag, the middle is going to be green, and then the outer edge is going to be yellow. And I will do the same with the rest of the tips. Also, since these tips do not have numbers, I just want to show you how each one looks like. To fasten the bottom layer of the cake to the cake board, I'm using a little bit of Italian meringue. Then I place my layer on my cake board. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a barrier or a dam around the cake, because I don't want, when I put in my filling, to come out from the sides of the cake. So I'm making this barrier with tip number 12 and Italian meringue all around the cake. Now I'm going to add my pineapple filling to the cake, and this barrier will contain the filling on top of the cake. It will not let the filling run over and out from the sides of the bottom cake. And now that that's done, I'm taking my top layer and place it on top of the bottom layer, and that's it. Next, I will ice my cake with Italian meringue. I put a lot of Italian meringue on the top of the cake. Then I smooth out the top, and I will work my way down, adding more icing, adding it as I need it. No crumb coat needed for this cake. When I work with Italian meringue, I usually do not crumb coat my cake because I apply a thick layer of the meringue and it works fine for me. But if you need to apply a coat of crumb coat, you are welcome to do that. As for me, I don't need it, so I only give the cake one layer of Italian meringue, one thick layer of Italian meringue. And as you can see here, I made a circle in the center of the cake using a small cake pan. This is to mark where all the flowers are going to be. But first, I wrote the message on the cake. You always write the message first, then you proceed with the decoration. I'm using yellow buttercream for this message with tip number 3. I'm going to start piping my flowers now, and what I'm doing here is I'm piping them opposite sides of each other. That way all the colors and all the different flowers will be spread out on the edge of the cake. For these flowers, again, I'm using a set of Russian tips. Also, I'm using buttercream in different colors. Now I'm piping a row of flowers at the edge of the bottom of the cake. Using leaf tip number 352 and green buttercream icing, I'm piping small leaves in between flowers. Wherever there is a gap, I will pipe a small leaf. My cake is almost done. I'm just finishing adding leaves at the bottom of the cake. And to recap, I baked a 1-pound Dominican cake in 2 9x2 round cake pans. Then I drizzled the 2 layers with simple syrup, and then I filled the cake using pineapple filling. I iced the cake using Italian meringue, and using buttercream I piped flowers with Russian tips. And this is it. Here is the finished product. Well, this is all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've learned something today. Please share, and if you liked the tutorial, subscribe to my channel. I will see you back here sometime soon with another tutorial. In the meantime, you can subscribe to my channel, and may God bless you.